Hello everyone, this is Matt, and welcome to my playthrough of the Slipgate Duplex by CCG and Vumdor. Yeah, this is gonna look familiar to you, I think. Yeah, I'm playing as blind. I've had a nice time playing through Witch House Mixtape, so I figured I would take another look at Addicted and see what else I could find about the same author. So, yeah. Just kind of a stocking stuffer, I guess. So it's just this is just a nice remix of E1M1, the Slipgate complex. And yeah, don't mind me gawking at everything like this. This is probably going to be a very short map, but because I want to get more familiar with Quake, I obviously want to... Quake mapping, obviously, I'm probably going to dissect this map a little. But yeah, very simple little shapes, mimicking what you see in the first map of Quake, of course. Yeah. So yeah, it's a nice remix, really. I like the new sky. There's a bit of more of attention to detail. And by the way, this is probably gonna cause some psychic damage to some of you guys, but this map is from 2004. Yeah. I thought it was newer, but I checked the date and no, it's actually pretty damn old. Is there anything going on over here? No, it's just the way to get here. That door opens elsewhere. Wait, so how do you get back up? Ah, through here. Never mind, I'm stupid. Very cool. Yeah, learning to map for Quake has been interesting, even though I haven't really been doing it that much. Because I found myself getting some newfound admiration for this, because yeah, obviously Quake mapping and Doom mapping are very different. I'm gonna leave that for later. They're very different, but in some ways they're really not that far off from each other, and that's really interesting for me. I am still primarily a Doom mapper, but Quake is a lot of fun. And you know, it's just good to see what people do with the thing. Yeah, like this. We're gonna... Yeah, it's a spare super shotgun. But yeah, it's like... it took a while for me to really understand how brushes work, and that when you're making a map, I've seen some people say that there are a couple ways of doing it. The one I was doing is doing ground the floors first, and then everything else, because to me it made more sense. But seeing this sort of stuff is just kind of helpful for me to visualize how someone else would do it. And keep in mind, this is sticking with the style that you see in Vanilla Quake. Just a little bit more detailed. You can see by the bevels on those, ceiling trim, I guess, on the lights. Just how everything has a little bit more going on. This looks very nice, and I wanted to make something like this. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking this. Yeah, this is very nice. Yeah, well, actually, Slipgate should exit, but of course there is that one secret down here. Yeah, this has really been quite a lot of fun. The way that they open everything up. Unless there's anything even back here. No, and I'm just burning through my biosuit, so. Yeah, there are more secrets. I don't really know why you would need that, given it's E1M1, but you know, it's there. I think I'm gonna go back and check out what's going on here. Since we're making some comparisons between Doom and Quake, one that I noticed is that Quake feels not nearly as liminal as Doom. Yeah, Quake for me is nowhere near as liminal as Doom. Because even though it's still very abstract, it's also just more complex in general. Again, these brushes are really good. The brushwork here in general is really good. And in case you're someone who is not really familiar with Quake terminology and such, a brush is basically anything that's used. It's basically part of the map geometry. So in Doom you draw lines, you know, you make sectors. In Quake you make everything from the ground up with brushes. It's easier to think of it as like Legos, I guess. Brushes are just like building blocks, and you can tell from this right here. So I have like one brush, and then another brush which flares out over there, and then one that sticks out this way. And yeah, that's it really. Like once you get that, it's pretty easy. And these doors, yeah, they're brushes two of them to be exact. They're split up in a way that makes them slide that way, which is very cool. It's very particular to Quake. I wonder if I can get out there somehow, because that would be pretty neat. Yeah, let's just no clip. It's gonna be short anyway. Ah, you can get out here. Yeah, let's explore around the base a little bit more. Oh, there's a whole area here. Interesting. Yeah, there's a whole area down here which you can explore. This is really neat. I didn't even consider that there would be this possibility. And yeah, another neat thing that Quake does is that, yeah, brushes can be entities as well. So, for example, the door is an entity, the button is an entity. See? CGN Wonder, April 2004. It's probably going to be a nice send-off in nostalgia for folks who have been in the mapping scene much longer than me. 2004 was actually the day I found out Quake was a game, to be honest. Yeah, I remember exactly how I found it, actually. I think I was 8 years old. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna dig through some CDs, see what I can find. Because back then, yeah, physical media was all the rage. And my dad actually had the original copy of Quake 1. And yeah, I played the shareware version a little. I remember being scared shitless of the entrance to the outer world in the in the episode selection, because of the, I don't know, something about it just kind of spooked me. So I realized which is the last secret I'm missing. Yeah, like something about it just spooked me for some reason, and it was really scary for me. So I only ever played it during the day. I only ever played Quake during the day, and with the windows open, because I was really scared of it. And yeah, I had the the instruction manual, and I kept reading that over and over, and I kept like I read it all the time because I just really liked it. It just seemed so cool, really pretty otherworldly too, because, you know, I was reading something in English. English is not my first language. And yeah, it was just like, Quake was like a phase for me, I guess. I really played it for... I barely played it, but it was a phase for me. And as I got older, sometimes I would check it out on YouTube. Sometimes I would play it through dark places. And yeah, I only really got back to playing it for real back in 2024, which is when shortly after I started the channel. So yeah, it's been kind of nostalgic for me too. Hopefully it has been nostalgic for you as well, if you were around, or you're just like you played this when you were younger or something. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. It's just like really neat and just good to see how someone else does stuff. You know, specifically stuff that you also want to do. Yeah, this is very nice. There's a lot of battles all around. And yeah, just proves to me that even back then people were doing some really good stuff with the technology they had available to them. Okay, that's it really. So yeah, like usual, this has been Matt. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna be seeing you guys on the next video.